Hey guys, Julio here again, and I turned 27 today, and today I want to talk about things that I learned before turning 27. So bear with me, guys. First thing that I learned is, man, keep away from your fake friends. That guy who is always insulting you, always trashing you, always saying shit about you, man. Sometimes you think, hey, he's just being edgy, but guys, trust me, some people just keep around you just to put you down, hold you back, So, man, this shit is real. When you're young, you don't perceive, you don't notice it, but when you get older, you keep you get you notice patterns, that repeat always and always. So, man, you have to make a decision and, man, step away from that shit, toxic relationships. Some things, are beyond repair. Some people are beyond repair. Some people, they're fucked. So don't try to bring him back. Don't try to reconcile it. So, man, this is real. Another thing that I noticed, that I learned too, is, man, some people say that men age like wine. But guys, I think it's true, but even wine goes bad, Man, this is true. For example, I'm 27 and I'm already noticing my hair thinning on the corners, I mean, if I comb in the right way, I can disguise it. I can do my tricks. But guys, this shit is real. Man, age comes from for everybody. Unless you're 07, man. That guy is 40 and he's looking better than a lot of guys who are 25. Some people say that it's because he's rich, but, man, I mean, his genetics, the way that he takes care of himself, all the work that he does, man. Being rich helps a lot, but look at some of his peers, So, man, this is real. Another thing that I learned before 27 is, man, if you wanna do a thing, you have to give up some other things. You can't have it all. Some times ago, I was trying to balance, a lot of shit at the same time. I don't know how to say it precisely, but it's like a circus guy trying to balance a lot of plates. And sometimes, man, the plates will fall because it's too much thing, too much to handle. So, man, once I heard from a philosopher, a Brazilian philosopher. He already passed, but I learned from him this: in life, you can only choose two things to do, and the rest you forget about. So my two things that I chose are keeping in shape and learning languages. So keeping in shape, man, it's very broad. It involves eating, sleeping, and doing exercise. Right now, I'm doing exercise just 3 times per week. 8 day for chest and biceps, next day I do legs, calves, and the next day, the third day, I do triceps and lats, So keeping in shape, it's very broad. It's a small thing that kind of changes all the things, all the way that you live. In learning languages, let me change this. It's not only learning languages, I want to get really really smart. So man, getting smart, it always it already takes a lot of time, getting smart, because it's a small thing that changes all the way that you live, all the actions that you take in your daily life. It kind of dictates, if you're gonna hang out with the boys, or if you'll stay at home, doing some work, putting some work in. A lot of guys say, hey, don't be so extreme, don't be so serious about this, because look at me, I have a degree and I like spending a lot of time at the bar with the boys, sitting at the table and things like this, drinking. But that's you, that's your life. You've put the work in since you were very young. Your parents always pushed you to study and things like this. They always motivated you. My story is completely different from yours, because I was brought up in certain way. I had certain influences different from yours, so I need to be extreme in order to get where I want to get. So that's it, man. That's life. Everybody knows what they need. Nobody can come to you and say, hey, that's what you need, because only you know what you need. Life's like this. So man, that's all that I want. Get smart and stay in shape. Because I see a lot of people who love their lives. They love their lives. They feel happy and they are really proud of themselves. But I look at them and I say, hey, this is not what I want. This is not what I want for my life. Because man, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're fat, I think that your life sucks. You can rich as fuck, but if you're dumb, man, it sucks too. So man, I think that getting smart and getting in shape, I think this is the perfect combo. The brawn and the brain. Once I heard this expression in a documentary about Mike Manser. I don't know. It was Mike. Was it Mike Manser, or was it Frank Zane? I don't know. Both of them were very smart and were very in shape. So man, having the brain and the brawn, that's all I want. I'm all about it, man. To be real, I get very very angry when people say that I'm dumb. People say this guy's a dummy. He pretends that he speaks English, but at the end of the day, he's just pretending. He's a madman. He doesn't know any shit. He's, I don't know. People say a lot of the shit to get under my skin, to trigger me. Man, this is a shit. I shouldn't care, but man, I'm human. Man, I'm putting a lot of work doing my shit. All everybody do their shit. So why can I not do my shit too? I see a lot of guys doing a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy things, fucking married woman, uh, fucking a lot of hoes, a lot of bitches, doing a lot of crazy stuff, eating shit, fast food, soda, not the 01, not the diet pop, but I mean the high sugar soda, doing a lot of shit, man. Not studying, and those guys keep criticizing me because of the way that I live my life. Man, stop it, get off my dick. You're not me, you're not my life. You can't judge me because we are different type of guys. I'm an ego. You're a fucking crab, trying to pull me back. Stop the shit, man. What? What the fuck? So, I mean, one of these days, a guy asked me, "Hey, what you doing?" And I said, "Hey, I'm learning English." And I started to share a lot of my experiences with him. I mean, I'm not perfect. I could be more committed, but guy, this is my dream. It's not a dream because I live and breathe. Let me say again. I live and breathe this shit. So it's not a dream. It's action. It's passion. I do this shit every day. So it's not a study. It's not a studying. It's a living. I live this shit. So the guy asked me, and I told him, "Hey, I'm doing this and this." I read a book, The Sun Also Rises by a guy called Ernest Hemingway, and in this book, it happened this and this and this, and there was a woman called Brett Ashley, and she is a kind of she likes having a lot of different sexual experiences. She can't commit to anybody. She's always meeting a different person. And I started to tell him, about the book. And at the end of the conversation, he told me, "Oh, by the way, talking about sex, hey, did you know that girl?" He said her name, and I went, "Hey, I don't know." He said, "Yes, I fucked her." "And do you know that other girl?" He said her name, the name of the girl again, and I answered, "Hey, I don't know." And he told me, "I fuck her too. I fucked her too." And he kept adding, names to the list. Hey, I fucked them and them and them and this guy and no, not guy. This lady and that lady, and I mean, man, this is the type of guy. This is the kind of guy who criticized me. Bros just think about sex, fucking people. I mean, it's cool, fucking people. Fucking people is cool, but man, give yourself a break. I mean, I also like this shit. One of these days, I was talking to a guy, Brazilian guy. We were having a conversation in English, because he's a English student too, and he told me, "Hey, I don't know how we got to this point, but we ended up talking about sex, and he told me that there was a time when he was making a lot of money, but he spent all of the money in sex and in alcohol, and in fast food. Man, the guy is destroyed. The guy is fat as fuck, broke, no girl, because when the money goes away, the girls go with it, you know. The physique is a shit, you know. Man, bro is, I can see the depression in his eyes, you know. Now he only have he only has the memories, you know, the memories of a beautiful past. Man, is it worth? Cannot do anything different, you know. Hold yourself back a little bit, you know. Man, I mean, have some balance in your life, you know. I myself, I'm still trying to find a balance in my life because sometimes I'm having too much of a thing, you know, and I feel that, I don't know, I feel that sometimes my brain gets tired, sometimes my body gets tired, you know. So we need to balance those things, you know. Sleep, exercise, study, you know. I'm trying to find a balance, but those guys don't think about this, you know. I'm always analyzing, thinking about my routine, what can I change, you know, to get the things that I want. But those guys, they're like children, you know. Children, they want sweet, so they go after the for the sweet, you know, and their teeth get rotten and their bodies get fat, you know. If you don't have control, if you don't have the parents, you know, to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But man, you're an adult, you know. You can't be like this. You need to control yourself, you know. You're not a kid anymore. You have to be kind of your own parent, you know, your own father. You need to control yourself. Think about your life. Hey, what am I doing? If I keep doing, if I keep going like this, where will I end up? You know. So man, that's it. That's it for today. Happy birthday for me, you know. And I wish you all the best. Keep motivated, keep your head up, and that's it, man. To the next video.